what's up, Chemical Guys family, and welcome back to a brand new video. And to answer your question, yes, I totally did just vandalize this entire hood with a can of spray paint. And as you guys can see, I love Chemical Guys that much. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to easily remove spray paint and vandalism from your own vehicle using one product, which is our Chemical Guys Butter Wet Wax. All right guys, so we got some latex gloves on. This is just a safety precaution just so that you don't get any of this paint on your own skin. Now, one of the things that most people would probably do if they woke up and someone vandalized their vehicle like this and they saw their vehicle in this condition, the first thing that they're probably gonna do is reach out to a body shop and get quoted thousands of dollars in repairs from having to respray their entire vehicle, or maybe even hundreds depending on if they're just gonna polish it out. Now, yes, there are different scenarios and different kinds of products that you can use to remove this stuff, but one product that you already may have as part of your Chemical Guys arsenal is this little buddy right here, which is our Chemical Guys Butter Wet Wax. Now, the beauty about this product is that it's a natural carnauba wax. So it contains natural carnauba oils that not only do an incredible job at making your paint shine and glisten and protect it, but those natural cleaning oils also help break down a number of contaminants sitting on your vehicle, like this spray paint residue, tree sap, tar, any of those things that are like adhesive based on your vehicle's paintwork. You can actually use the natural cleaning oils within Butter Wet Wax to remove them. Let me show you how easy it is. So all you're really gonna need now is a microfiber applicator. We're gonna grab our bottle of Butter Wet Wax and we're just gonna go ahead and shake it up very thoroughly. That way the product mixes in. And then we're gonna open up the spout, and I'll show you guys, I'll point this up a little bit, and I'm gonna apply about 5 to 6 drops onto this soft microfiber applicator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we're gonna go ahead and show you how to remove the paint overspray. So all you have to do is grab your microfiber applicator, set it down onto a section, and I would recommend working in sections at a time because you will have to put a little bit of elbow grease into it depending on how bad the spray paint is on there and how long it's been on there. So all you have to do now is simply work in the product up and down. And the great thing about Butter Wet Wax is as you're doing this process, you're not only cleaning the spray paint, but you're also applying a coat of wax, shine, and protection to your vehicle when you wipe it off with the microfiber towel. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. We'll go ahead and remove the entire seat, and then I'm gonna show you guys a different process on removing the G and the heart. All right guys, so we're just finishing wiping off the residue of the Butter Wet Wax that we applied as we were removing the spray paint. And as you guys can see, it did a pretty phenomenal job at removing just the C on this side with just that Butter Wet Wax. You guys can see clearly, this is nice and clean, and it's also super glass smooth, as opposed to this side, which obviously has all the spray paint still on it, and it's very rough because of that contamination that's sitting on it. I'm not gonna go back to touch this side because I don't wanna scratch it, but that's how easy it is to remove paint overspray or any kind of vandalism from spray paint on your vehicle's paintwork. It's gonna work out phenomenal to easily remove those without you having to resort to any kind of aggressive cleaners that can potentially leave permanent damage on your vehicle. Say hello to my little Torque. Now this right here is our Torque 15DA polisher. If you do so happen to already own one of these, a dual action polisher would make easy work of removing this paint overspray with the exact same combination of products. Obviously the only difference is that this is with a power tool and our Butter Wet Wax, as opposed to us doing it by hand and a microfiber applicator. Now, the way you would use this is actually very easy. It's honestly the same thing as if you were just gonna wax your vehicle with a dual action polisher. Now, you can use a polishing pad or a finishing pad. I like to use a polishing pad just because it does have a little bit of a cut. Not to say that Butter Wet Wax has any kind of abrasives whatsoever because it's a natural Brazilian carnauba wax, but the pad is gonna help facilitate a very slight cut in terms of just removing this layer of paint overspray. So we're gonna get Butter Wet Wax. We're gonna apply about 5 drops of product. And then we're gonna do the same thing that we always do when it comes to polishing. We're just gonna grab our machine polisher. We're gonna blotch it onto the surface. Now I'm gonna do the same thing here just because I don't wanna stretch the wax too thin. I wanna make sure that I have enough wax to play with in order to remove this paint overspray. So what I'm gonna do now is after I blotched it, I'm gonna move this out the way just so it doesn't fall off while I'm working. And we're simply gonna turn on the machine to speed setting 1. We're just gonna spread it out lightly, and I'm gonna put it on speed setting 3, just to kind of work it in slightly. Remember, we're not working this into the paintwork. We're not removing scratches. We're not removing swirl marks or anything. We don't have a heavy combination in terms of cutting power, in terms of the pad or the product that we're using. We're simply just cleansing the surface from that paint overspray. So I'm gonna turn it on speed setting 1, spread it out, speed setting 3, work it in, and then we'll be back to wipe it off. One thing I do want to emphasize is whenever you're using the machine polisher route, if you feel like you're in an area too long, just stop the polisher and you can do it by hand. Just because with the machine polisher, yes, I know we're not working it on an aggressive speed setting, but the thing is you want to make sure that whenever you touch the surface, it's not hot, because what can happen is if you go back and forth on an area too many times, you could potentially burn the paint. Even if you're using a dual action polisher, just be wary about how hot the surface is. That way you don't cause any kind of permanent damage besides the spray paint. So using a microfiber applicator, going back to it and just kind of tackling these areas where the spray paint was a little bit more concentrated. So feel free to use both methods interchangeably depending on the situation. All right, guys, and just like that, we're all done removing the spray paint from this hood, and this thing is buttery smooth again. Thanks to our butter wet wax, which, as you guys know, is not just the wax, it's more than that. Not only can you use it to shine and protect your paint, but you can also use it to remove spray paint from your paint and save yourself thousands of dollars in repairs. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a huge like. If you guys want to pick up your bottle of butter wax, or maybe even your Torque polisher, make sure to visit our website, chemicalguys.com, to pick up both of these products today. As always, my name is Joey, this is Chemical Guys, and we'll see you guys next time.